Okay, na? Your driving license. No, your voter ID, your Aadhaar card number. Don't give, because you are attending as what? As a fake candidate. Yes or no? For the sake of what? To get the interview experience. That is what I'm suggesting. Don't give your original details. Okay? Anything, don't give. Everything is fake. Take new number, create new email ID, take your BTech project here, no problem. Okay, na? You can take BTech project, you mention TCS. If might be like me, some interviewer, maybe the previous I worked in the TCS, I didn't see this project in the TCS. I know few of the projects in the TCS, but I didn't heard about this project. Intelligence you have to use. Don't give the TCS some X company. Normal company. Yeah. Okay, na? Right, coming to the concept. Even online students, if you want to attend the interview, okay, you can take all details fake. Fake email ID, fake mobile number in the sense what? You can take new number, some different number, okay? Don't give your personal number anywhere. Okay, once you get the complete picture on the interview, I am ready to attack. If I attend today interview, I will get the offer. If you are in that stage, then you can provide your personal details. Until unless, don't share to anybody. Okay, right, coming to the concept, where you are. Let me repeat JDBC template. This is a new concept here today. JDBC template. See, JDBC template is what? Class or interface? It is a class. JDBC template is used to perform what? To perform any DB. Any DB means what? Any DB operations means what? Either select or non-select operations. Getting my point? Don't buttify the subject. If you are buttify, it will be third floor, Naresh IT, room number I don't know. It will be here itself. Once you are moved out, then సబ్జెక్ట్ కూడా ఎగిరిపోతుంది. అర్థమైందా? బట్టిఫై చేయొద్దు. ఫింగర్ మీద ఉండాలి సబ్జెక్ట్ ఎప్పుడు కూడా. నిద్రలో లేపినా కానీ, అందరు తెలుగునా? నిద్రలో లేపినా కానీ చెప్పగలిగేటట్టు ఉండాలి. అది సబ్జెక్ట్ నేర్చుకునే విధానం. అర్థమైందా? నేను కూడా కొట్టేసి మెరుపు దగ్గర కంప్లీట్ చేశాను అనుకో, యూజ్లెస్ సబ్జెక్ట్. అందుకని ఐఎమ్ కీప్ ఆన్ రిక్వెస్టింగ్. maybe the duration might be increased 1 week or 10 days. There is no problem. Can parallel attend the interview, you can attend the JDBC template is used for what? To perform database operations. Clear? Right? Okay. So, what is the benefit of the JDBC template class here? Can you tell me? What you are ignoring? As JDBC. In JDBC, there is a standard steps, right? Creating the driver class, establishing the connection, creating the state. There is a Chata Bharatam. Okay. So, if you are using the JDBC template, what is the benefit? Are you able to load the driver class? No, no. Are you able to provide the connection? No need. Are you going to create the statement object? No need. Just what? Frame the query, print the result. That's it. Yes or no? Are you going to close the connection? No, no. It will take care by what? That design pattern. What design pattern? Template design pattern. Yes or no? JDBC is a technology, template is what? A design pattern. This technology and this design pattern integrated as what? A single name. That is called what? JDBC template. It is a class. It can be performing any database related operations. Sir, you worked on only Oracle. Is it suitable for what? MySQL? Why not? Are you getting? Sir, I'm using SQL Server in my database. So what? The JDBC template class will support all databases and it will support all DB related operations. Clear? That is what. Coming to next concept. So there is a database initialization. Sir, what is the database initialization, sir? Simple. See, yesterday's example, take the example. One guy asked me, sir, you created the table manually. Is it possible to create table automatically? Yes, we can. In ORM module, that is Spring Boot ORM, we can't create the table manually. Hibernate.hdl.auto. There is a one attribute, ddl.auto, data definition language. That means what? Creating the table, altering the table, modifying the table, delete the table, everything. Okay. Then automatically it can be taken care of. hpm.ddl.auto equal to what? True, you can mention. Then it can be create automatically. If you keep the false, it won't be create. You have to create manually. You getting my point? Okay. So coming to the database initialization. Sir, I don't want to create the table manually. I don't want to insert in the record manually in the database. So even if you have that much lazy, then that concept called what? Database initialization. Getting my point? So you can call either database initialization or what? Schema.sql and what? Data.sql. The schema.sql purpose is what? What schema you are going to write? Sir, I want to write that some script like creating the table. If already table is there, I want to delete. I want to create the fresh table. Okay. That will taken care by whom? Schema.what.sql. Getting my point? And if you want to insert the record, then whatever the query you are going to write in the database, like insert into some employee values, some 101, some A, something B, something, those details. Instead of writing that query in the database side, the same query, you can keep it what? In data.sql. Getting my point? So here I am going to frame what queries in this file. I want to write what table here in the schema.sql. Sir, where I am going to create these two files? There is src/main resources is there. Simple. Where you are placing the application or properties file? Can you tell me? In the project structure, where you are mentioning here? Resources now. See, let's say any example you can take it. No worries. Coming to here, src main Java. That is what? Only Java related files are able to is it visible or lost? Not okay. Online, is it visible my screen? Magnifier. Okay. Coming to magnifier. Okay, Kema. Okay, right. See, SRC main Java. What you are going to write here? Only Java related code. Yes or no? SRC stands for source. Main Java. Here Java files. Here SRC main resources. Here what? That property files are YAML files you can place here. Okay. You can expand it. There is a application or property file is there. Okay. So under this, that is SRC main resources. Under this only you can create what? Schema.sql and data.what? SQL. Clear? We are going to practice here. Don't worry. Practically you can prove. Online, are you okay? Right. Okay, come to here. Our concept, sorry. So the database initialization is what? So we are going to create what? Schema.sql for what? To creating the table, drop the table, remove, delete the table, whatever the script. Sir, DB relate like what? Some DML related operations like insert to update to delete or whatever you want, you can return here in the data.sql. Okay. Now, see, when these are going to initialize it, whenever the application is what? Starting. We are not manually start anywhere anything. Okay, now let me cover. When you start the application, then what? Application, then what? We can execute few SQL queries, on what? On startup. Then what? Then we can go for database initialization concept. Right? That's it. Okay. See, if you want to use the DDL commands, data definition language, right? DDL, where you are heard this word? In the database side. Yes or no? There is a different languages are there here. DDL, DML, TCL, right? So like that, here, if you want, we already covered this point. If you want to execute any DDL, what is that? DDL stands for data definition language. Data definition language. Okay. Queries. What is that? Queries. Queries on startup. Use what? Use schema.sql. Just I'm highlighting here in double quotes. Okay, don't use double quotes anywhere. Just for highlighting purpose, I'm using double quotes. Okay. Use what? Schema.what? SQL. Here, that DDL work for what? DDL what? Creating the table now. Creating the table, altering the table, alter, and means you want to rename the table, rename the column, something you want to change the size as well. If you want to drop the table also, then what? You can use DDL commands or DDL language. Okay, right. If you want to execute DML, if we want to execute any DML queries. DML queries means what? Insertion, updation, and deletion. That is, you are going to manipulate DML, data manipulation language. That is, you are going to manipulate something on what data. That's why you have to use what? DML. Okay, DML queries. DML queries on what? On what startup? Use what? Data dot, let me highlight in the double quotes. Data dot SQL. Data dot SQL. See, coming to DML, sorry. Coming to DML, what? Insert, update, next what? Delete. Delete. Okay, right. You got it. So, if you want to work with this database initialization, or that means you want to create schema.sql, data.sql, something, you have to add one entry either in the application.properties or what? Application.what? YML. That is called what? Spring dot. You add one attribute or one key or spring dot, or let me write, while working with database initialization, then we have to add one key either in application.properties file or application.what? YML file. That is, what is that key, sir? That is, I'm highlighting in double quotes. Okay, spring dot data source, spring dot data source dot okay. Springboard to JDBC DB initialization. Okay, JDBC DB initialization. Maven Java version something. Okay, then what next? Dependencies are what here? Lombok, Oracle driver. The next one, JDBC API. Right side, whatever I selected. Sir, you didn't search. Why are you? It is already available on top of what? Here. What is this name? Frequently used. That is what? Lombok. Developing the application for DB initialization. Okay. Then what? Dependencies. Dependencies are what? Lombok. Next one, JDBC API, right? JDBC API. So I'm using Oracle. Then I selected what? Oracle driver. See, if you are using different database, you can search for the database related name. It is available. Okay, these are the dependencies. Lambda, JDBC API, Oracle driver. Okay, right? Go for IDE. These are what? Dependencies. Next what? Next and finish. It is indexing. You can wait for a few minutes. Online. Are you following? Online. Confirm. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. What online strength decreasing? They are already mastered in Spring Boot microservices. Huh? Intelligent fellows. Okay. If you are learning course like this, if you come once Amavasya or Purnami, Spring Boot also what complicated. How much easier so far? Is it easy or complicated? Easier. Increasing what? Performance of the application along with what? Our laziness. Yes or no? The technology improving what they are developing less code, developing what less code, and then what? Getting more functionality. Yes or no? Right. Just kidding. Okay. What is our project name? Spring Boot to JDBC database initialization. Coming here. Okay, Java, SRC, something. Okay. I'm going to create one class here. One model class I am going to create. Come on, come on. New arrow class. See, if you want to separate like runner class, model class, controller class, that is best approach. Now I want to separate all classes. Just I'm going to write simple classes only. Where it is disappeared. Okay. Then what model? Here my class name is what? Employee. Sorry. Employee. Okay. Employee. I created what model? So in this, right, I am going to creating what? Model class. So first of all, I am going to use data annotation. Okay. Let me ask you. So I'm creating few variables, private, integer, what emp id, private, string, some emp name, private, double, emp sal. Okay, I need generating setters, getters, toString, hash code, equals method and all. What is the single annotation? Even constructors. What is the annotation? At the rate data. Control Shift O. Getting right. Next one. Maybe if you want to get the constructors also. Nox. Nox constructor. All logs control space for. Okay. That's fine. It is going to generating what all setters and getters. Okay. Right. I want to creating what? Schema file. Where you are going to create the schema are SRC main resources. Right click on that. New arrow file. What is the file name? What is that schema? Schema dot what? SQL. Okay. Schema dot SQL. What the schema you are going to write inside? Okay. I'm going to writing here. I'm going to writing here. That is what? Drop table. Where it is? Okay. Drop table name. I'm going to create what? Employee. If the table already existed, it is going to what? Drop the table. Okay. Next, I'm going to create what? One table. Create table. Table name is what? Employee. Okay. ID or else CID. Employee ID, no? EID. Data type is what? Number. Maybe you can take 3 digits format. E name varchar2 just 10. What is that? ESAL number of what? Some 10 comma 2. That is what? Precision. Okay. Right. I save this one, close this schema. Schema.sql. Okay, now, right? I want to create one more file, that is new file. For what purpose? Data.sql. For what purpose? For to write what? DML operations, na? Okay. I am going to write what? Insert into table name is what? Employee values. Values what? 101. 101. Then what? Employee name some A. Employee salary maybe 1000. Okay, employee ID 2, employee name B, here 2000. Employee ID 3, employee name is what? C, employee salary is what? 3000. Let's assume whatever. Insert into employee value something something. Okay, close it out. 2 files I created or not? Okay, I am going to create the one runner class. I am creating one runner class. If you want to develop that runner class, right click on here, new class. I want to separate it with what? Runner. My runner class name is what? Employee fetch something data runner. Okay, now employee fetch data runner. Okay, then you can click on what? Finish. You can write how we are going to create the runner class. First of all, come on, you need @component annotation, control shift O. Okay, then what? You have to implement command line runner. Okay, control shift O, still getting error because of we need to override. Before overriding that, I want to take what template class, that is JDBC template class JT. I am going to create what? One reference. I am going to annotate it with what? Auto void. For sake of what? Auto void purpose is what here? To implementing what? Dependency injection. Clear? Okay. Any bore? Complicated గా ఉందా? కష్టంగా ఉందా? Online? Are you okay? Where is this guys? Okay. Right. Where we are. So I'm going to write what that method. What is the method? Command line runner method is what? Run method. String arguments. String arguments. It is throwing what? Some exception. Clear? Right. So here I'm writing one SOP statement system.out.println what? Data of employee table is just I written. Okay, now I am going to create what? One query here. Select, string query is equal to what? You can pull the details from the database. Select star from, select star from what? Employee table. Then what? You can use JT dot. What method to fetch the records? We already discussed. Two methods are there. I want to pull multiple records. Then what method? Come on. What method you are going to use? Only two methods I already told you here in the beginning of the class today. One is query method. Another one is what? Query for object method. Okay, there is a multiple records now. I think 3 records are there. I want to pull all the records. Then what? What method is recommended to use? Query or query for object? Query for object. Query. Only query are. Okay. Then what? You can use query, comma. We can pass some arguments here. Okay. Query form, comma. What? Prepared statement to creator PSC result set extractor. Okay. Ostunava akka. Wait akka. Okay. Right. Result set to comma count. Okay. Then what? You can use new employee. Here rs dot what? Get int. What is that column index? What is the database column here? What do you mention? EID, right? Let me check. Hey, no schema. What is that? EID. Okay, EID, ename, esal. Okay. Come on. Result set object dot get int of what? EID. Okay. Then what? Result object dot get a string. What is this? name, comma, result set object dot what, get double, that column index. What is that column name? Salary, e-sala. Okay, perfect. Then you can use what, e-sal. Okay, e-sal. Then what? I need to repeat now. I have to use for each. There is for each, for each. Where is for each? Oh, okay. Here, okay. Then what? No. Here itself. There is a method called for each, why, for each there is, okay, system dot out colon what, println. Somewhere we did the mistake. What is that? Cannot infer type argument query string row mapper. What is that? What we did the mistake here? JT dot query method. Okay, maybe that name. SQL. I think no name complication. I think. Okay, result set count to count. There is count. Okay, new employee. Inside you can pass what, result set object dot get ID. Okay, comma, result set object dot get string of what, something. Then what, result set dot get double. Okay, something. 3 after this, what is the problem? Print ln. That's fine. What is the problem here? Why it is still getting? Am I missed anything? Component auto white. It is fine now. I think it should be for arguments. Where is this bracket up to this? Okay. It means, okay, this is what, for what, this query, for each, dot for each. That's it. I don't have any problem, I think. Why we are getting here, the problem. Colon, okay, for each it should be there. Cannot infer row mapper, okay. Do you really require to use the row mapper here? Okay. What is the problem? Public void run method string throws the exception. Is fine up to this. Okay. JT auto void. Then what, SQL? Okay. Then what, SQL? String SQL string. jt dot query. Then I used what SQL query, comma, what result set count. That is fine. Then why it is getting that error? New employee rs dot what get int aid rs dot get string name rs dot get double esal. That is fine. I close this method. I close for each. What is the problem? I don't see any issue. Yaro? Lambda. Okay. New employee. Yes, for what? Row mapper. Is it really required? Okay, 1 minute. Okay, any brackets misplace? JT dot అర్థం కాలే JT dot query అర్థం కాలే not that one here. Anything program mostly correct. What is the problem? Multiple marker cannot infer type arguments. Yes, query string row mapper. Employee cannot be resolved to a type. It is expecting different, I think so. Employee class, okay. 1 minute. What happening? Let me check. One minute. 1 minute, guys. అర్థం కాలే 1 minute. RS dot. That is okay. 1 minute. 1 minute. I will check it out. One minute. Let me check here. Give me some time. Minor improvement. Okay, result set SQL new employee. Okay, that is mandatory for this. Okay. Is okay. That is fine. Mm, for each. Okay, okay. JD dot query at query. Mm, okay. Some spaces issue. Some like we can use what some count and all. Some space issue. Okay, right. Space issue. Okay, here is on this one. Okay, then perfect SQL is what? Okay, okay, okay. Let me run this application. First of all, let me check in the database side whether what it is, whether my table is there or not. Huh? What is that run SQL? SCR DS select star from. Okay, right. Table is not available. So table is not available. Okay, table view or does not exist. Okay, right. I'm going to execute my application. Where is my main class? Okay, there is no DB related configuration, right? Oh, sorry. What is this here? Database related Spring dot data source dot driver dot class name. What is that? Driver Oracle. Come on. Why it is not coming? Oracle dot JDBC dot driver dot Oracle driver Spring dot data source dot URL equal to JDBC colon Oracle colon thin colon @localhost colon 1521 colon XE Spring dot data source dot username Scott Spring dot data source dot password Oracle sorry What is that password? Tiger. I given one key. What is that? Spring dot. What is that? Spring dot data source dot initialize. What here? Initialization. Initializable. Initialization. Okay, there it is. Yeah, initialization. Okay. Initialization mode equal to what? Always. Might be that based on that version, this name might be changed, I think. Okay, let me check. Yeah, it is showing something. Property spring dot data source dot initialization mode is deprecated. Okay, you can use what? Init mode spring dot SQL. Okay. What is that? Spring dot SQL mode. Spring dot SQL init dot mode. Sorry. Always. That's okay. Okay, that's all. Oh, what is this? Why it is? That's why it is not came. Spring dot data source dot driver class. Okay. Spring dot data source URL. Spring dot data source username. Spring dot data source password. Spring dot SQL dot init dot mode is always. That is fine. Okay. Now come to our program. I am going to execute my application. Table view or does not exist. Okay. Do you require the table really? Unsatisfied dependency, JT error, JDBC template defined in the class path. Initialization, JDBC template, data source. What is this? Schema. Drop table. Oh, it is dropping. It is creating and dropping. Let me remove. Oh, where is drop table? What is the problem here? Error. Rerun. Unsatisfied dependency injection being creating with what? Dependency expressed through what? Some name. Okay. What is that problem? Creating error creating what? Bean or class bus spring JDBC template error. Okay, what is this drop table employee? Do you have the employee table? No, na. DSC employee. No. Object employee does not exist. Okay, is there anywhere am I written wrong table names? Let me check. Schema employee spell mistake. Create table employee. Okay, EID, E-name, E-number, that is okay. Right. Data employee, correct, insert into employee value something something. Okay. Then here employee, there is now runner. Am I written any wrong name? Select star from employee. Perfect. Okay. That case is not a problem. But why it is not? At the rate component. Employee data arguments. Okay. Component auto void. That is fine. That is fine. Okay. Employee. EID, ename, esal. Okay, nothing is there. Anything here? Spring Oracle dot JDBC dot driver dot maybe the Oracle driver. Let me use this one. Okay, let me run as Java Spring Boot application. Yeah, perfect. That is driver issue. Okay, the driver issue is solved. See, table created, data also inserted, you are fetching the data. Scratch check data of what? Employee table. Employee. Okay, employee. ID is what? 101, 102, 103. Name is what? ABC. Salary is what? 1000, 2000, 3000. Yes or no? Guys, come on. What I did the mistake. See, outdated driver class I used wrongly. See, Oracle dot JDBC dot driver dot Oracle driver. There is a two drivers are there here. Okay, additionally, Oracle dot JDBC dot driver dot Oracle driver I used. Getting my point? Okay, I removed that driver. See, two drivers are there here. You can cross check. That is Oracle. Once you typed, we are getting what? Two driver names in the right side. Online. Oracle dot JDBC dot Oracle driver I use it now. Then only I get the result. So there is other driver class also there. Oracle dot JDBC dot driver dot Oracle driver. I think that is how that version, maybe in the current Spring Boot version, it is not, maybe cannot support. That's why I'm using what? Oracle dot JDBC dot Oracle driver I use it. Okay, right. See, earlier I tried with what? Select star from employee. Table or view does not exist. Even and try with what? The structure of the table also, even though it is not available. Getting my point? Now I am going to check the structure of the table. Table name is what? Employee. Getting or not? This is the structure he created, right? Where schema. This is the structure I created. Yes or no? Create table, table name, employee number, employee name, employee salary. Okay, right. So, the same structure we got it. 3, 10, 10, comma 2. There is no manipulation. In front of you, I check the structure of the table. It is given the error. Hey, Mr. Object employee does not exist. But now the same query given what result? Yes or no? Right. So next one, what the data you are inserted? Select star from what? Employee. Are you getting? 101 A 1000, 102 B 2000, 103 C 3000. So let me check my data.sql. Same data, na? Yes or no? So this is called as what? Database initialization. Database initialization. Instead of creating the table manually, instead of inserting the records into the table manually, then we are maintained separately, one for one for table creation, another for what? Inserting the records into the table. Right? Schema.sql, data.sql. This concept is called as what? Evantari concept ni? Database initialization in Spring Boot. Okay. And in the application properties, one entry additionally added, that is spring.sql.init. What mode? What mode you are going to? Okay, that initialization mode always. That means what? Always it can be creating table or maybe inserting record, whatever you want. The operation is always available. Getting my point? So the rest of the things same. Here, what driver class I have to use? Oracle dot JDBC dot Oracle driver. Okay, there is a one more JDB Oracle dot JDBC dot what? Driver. Don't use that one. Okay, na? You can ignore that. You can just use what? Oracle dot JDBC dot Oracle driver. Clear? Any doubt? Okay. Even though the select operation also we completed here with by using what? Yes or no? Okay. Only one thing is left for you. For what? Assignment or maybe task. Getting only one record. That too, what is the method? Query for what? Object. If you are not done, going forward, I will take care of it. Okay. This is what? Fetching the records. Clear? Any doubt? All of you. So, Spring Boot JDBC over. There is nothing. Okay. Tomorrow we are going to introduce what? Spring ORM. Let me give the some idea. Online, are you there? Where these guys here? Online, my count is decreasing. Bora. Sorry, our queries is wrong. Is it required the braces? Yes. Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Right. Query same here. Biswajit. Okay. Right. Let me give the some idea about the ORM. ORMs clear a Spring Boot JDBC. Any doubt? Are you clear? All of you. Clear? Okay. Right. Do you need any explanation here? Okay, let me give the explanation first of all. If you required, I created the class data annotation, noargs constructor, parameterized constructor. Any doubt in this class? All of you. Clear? Are you getting sleep? No, na? Come on. So I created the one runner class. Listen. Runner class. Runner class, what are the fundamentals you need to follow? You need to annotate that class with what? At the rate component. For the sake of what? Creating the object to that class. Who will take care of it? The container is going to create the object. What is the object name here? See, I didn't provide any object name to this class, right? By default, the container is going to take in that class, that object name as what? Same class name only. But the starting character is what? Lowercase. Yes or no? Same. What is that? Employee fetch data runner. The object name also same. But the starting character of this employee fetch data runner class name, the starting character, that is employee, E is the lowercase. That's it. Because I didn't provide any name to the object, then the container is going to create in that what object, but that while creating the object, the container is going to take that object name as what by default? Class name. But the starting character is what? Lowercase. That's it. Clear? Suppose if I provide the object name like this, see, Prasad, let's assume. Now, this employee fetch data runner class object name is what? Prasad. This is the named object. Yes or no? If you are not to provide any name here, then the container is going to take the class name as what? Object name, but the starting character is what? Lowercase. Clear? Okay, right. Next one. Implements what? Command line runner. Any doubts so far? Guys, are you okay? All of you. Even online, are you good with that so far? Okay. Coming to JDBC template. Why you are using the JDBC template? Because of remove unwanted code or unnecessary code, like loading the driver class, establishing the connection, creating the statement object. We don't bother about it. We don't bother. The container will be taken care of. That pattern, design pattern itself, it will be already implemented. Such a behavior. Even closing the object also, don't worry. That is also implemented in the design pattern, the two template design pattern. Clear? Next one. See the command line the command line runner interface contains only one method. That method is what? The run method. So that run method, see, only one abstract method. So that the command line runner should be treated as what kind of interface? Core Java question. That is functional interface. The functional interface is always having only one abstract method, n number of default methods, n number of static methods with implementation. See, even if you are the fresher or experienced guy here, see the interviewer is asking, what is the difference between normal interface and functional interface? Can you tell me what do you mean by interface? Normal interface. Yeah, interface always containing what kind of methods? Unimplemented methods or abstract methods, or you have to always declare what? Method declaration. That should be end with what? Semicolon. Yes or no? Right? So if you want to provide to create the constructor inside the interface, is it supporting? No. Even I want to provide one concrete method or implemented method inside the normal interface, is it supporting? No. Yes or no? You are able to create the variables inside the normal interface. You are able to create the unimplemented methods are method declaration or abstract methods inside the interface. Apart from these two, you can't create anything inside normal interface. Getting my point? Okay, right. Next, coming to the functional interface, JDK 1.8 feature, one of the feature, right? Functional interface. See, the functional interface always containing what? Only one abstract method. Only one abstract method. But the implemented methods, that too static methods and default methods, n number of. It is, sorry, there is no limitation. There is no limitation for default methods and static methods. Default methods, if you want to create, you should use what? Default. Getting my point? Okay. Then on the top of that interface, you have to annotate it with what? At the rate functional interface. Clear? But it is not a mandatory. It is not a mandatory. It is optional. Clear? Okay. Where you are? Yeah, JDBC template. The JDBC template class, it will be taken care. Loading the driver class, establishing the connection, creating the statement object, closing the connection object. It will be taken care. We are not bothered about it. We just create the query, print the result. That's it. How much our job is easier? Okay, right. Coming to here, given override, it is optional. Public void run method, we are passing what? Some string type arguments. This is called as what? Where argue method. That is variable arguments. You can pass 0 argument, you can pass single argument, you can pass 2 argument, you can pass 3 argument, you can pass a number of arguments. That is called what? Where argue method. That was introduced in JDK 1.5 version. So as per this implementation or as per this behavior, throwing what? One exception. Throwing what? Exception. I print what? Some SOP statement. Oh, our time is over. Okay. Even though I written one SQL query, that is select a star from employee. Here I'm using what? The reference of what? JDBC template. I use it for what? Query method. For what purpose? To pull multiple rows or multiple records from the database. Are you getting that multiple records? Yes or no? 3 records we are getting at a time. Getting my point? Okay. Then that query here, whatever the query was written, that is string variable. I'm using what? Result set object just for count purpose. See, I'm using parameterized constructor. Parameterized constructor. Agree. I'm using what? Parameterized constructor. Inside ID, name. What is that? Salary. Clear? Okay. For each purpose is what? Iterating, like what? For each, just for a design for what? Arrays purpose in JDK 1.5 version. Okay. Normal, you can use for loop. Okay. But only for arrays, it is designed for what? To pull all records. Just we are using what? System.out colon. What is this one? What do you call this one? JDK 1.8 feature. What do you call? Method reference. See, if you are completed C language successfully, okay, there is this one. You should call it as what? Scope resolution operator. Have you heard about it in C language? Scope resolution operator. Here, there's the same operator the Java people introduced in JDK 1.8 feature, that name called what? method reference. It will printing what? Values automatically. That is nothing is there here. Okay, clear this class. Coming to starter class. Coming to application or properties. What we have completely database related configuration. You know this story. Yes or no? How much is Spring Boot JDBC? Clear? Okay. Spring Boot JDBC story over. Okay. Pending. If you are not practice, pending with you. If you practice, you and myself the same track. Okay. If not, at least you can start today. Okay, online. Are you good? Okay. Thank you. Okay, guys, that's all about it today. We are going to start for what? Spring Boot JDBC. So, sorry. What is that? Spring Boot ORM. Okay. Time ఉంది. Okay. ఇంకా స్టార్ట్ చేయలేదు. Spring Boot JP also we have. Okay. That time yet to come. Okay, you can wait. Slowly we are going. Climbing. Okay. Right. Step by step. Algorithm is what? Step by step procedure na? The same thing. Okay, thank you one and all, online and offline. If you have any doubt online, please let me know. Otherwise, you can wind up the session. No, na? All good?